Hello, Big Brother fans. I haven't done an episode review in a minute, like 2 weeks, I think. Work has been crazy, and I can't afford to do it tonight. But it was a really good episode. So let's see if I can try to do this under 10 minutes. I don't think so. Basically, Gina Maria is an idiot. Her interaction after the nominations with Candace was very awkward. I don't know who she thought she was kidding by calling her sweetie or sweetheart or whatever it was, but you know what? I'm actually amazed that Candace actually went upstairs to go talk to her. They were this whole week. Gina Marie has had what they call HOH-itis. It has just gone so totally to her head, and she is just, thinking like she's lording it all over, totally forgetting that this week she can't, tomorrow night she can't compete for the veto or in the HOH, and that she could be easily put up, so I don't know. Sometimes I wonder about the way people think, and I truly don't know if she is capable of thinking. Everyone in the house was wondering about MVP, continuing to wonder about it, and I just had to laugh out loud at Amanda because she just cannot understand why anyone would think that she is doing anything wrong, and why we continue to put her up for the second week in a row. I just am just amazed that she is so self-absorbed that she cannot see the things that she is doing, and that whole theme was amplified through this entire episode this evening. And of course, because it was like a lead up to show why America is voting her for as our MVP nomination. Her insecurities are basically what is killing her relationship with McCrae. The last couple of days on the feeds, you can see him visibly withdrawing. Whereas, he's getting it for free, basically, in the house. You know what I'm saying? And if you think about it, he needs her to go to the end, because so much she's giving so much crap, being such a bully in that house, just mowing people down. She apologizes eventually, but you know what, the damage has been done, you know what I mean? And she's just so volatile all the time that no one is going to vote for her in the end if the two of them end up as the final two. Everyone will vote for McCrae because he's not made any enemies. He's, kind of sort of gotten along with most of the people in the house. Today, he did mention something. They are beginning to wonder about a 9-person jury. And that was revealed today on Twitter, that the people leaving tomorrow night are going to be part of the jury. And the people in the house have been thinking that it's just a 7-person jury. So at this point, they're not caring who they're trying to set people up. So they're choosing who they want to be in the jury, not knowing that the people leaving, aka Candace, and they've been treating her like crap, pretty much. Not Alyssa and Helen and them people, but they've been treating her like crap, and they are sending her to jury unless she's given a choice of. Candace is, unless she's given a choice of 2 people that she just cannot stand, and she just makes them do paper, rock, scissors for her vote. Pretty much they're sealing their fate. Today, McCrae actually said, I hope it isn't a 9-person jury. I haven't taken any time to get her to know her at all. And even like something that even Candace herself said tonight to Gina Marie. How can she call me a tattletale and a rat when she hasn't even spent 45 seconds talking to me in a conversation? I personally find that absolutely amazing. Amazing that they have been in this house. They've been in the house for 7 weeks. They were in the house for a week prior to the game began. They have been in the house that long and have not bothered to have a civil conversation with Candace once. I just find that amazing. Gina Marie and McCrae, that is. I somehow seriously doubt Amanda has, but sometimes, I mean, Amanda is hot and cold. It's just hard to say whether she has gotten to know her at all. So anyway, we find out tonight that the MVP nominee was Amanda, and that the people playing in the POV were Spencer and Judd, along with the nominees and the HOH, which are Amanda, Candace, Jesse, and Gina Marie. And Aaron hosted the POV. Amanda immediately went around trying to ask Judd and Spencer that if they won, would they use the POV on her, and Judd immediately said, no, I'm going to use it on Jessie, and she was like, what? And then he was like, joking, I'm going to pretend I'm using it on her, and then I'll use it on you. When we find out later on in the POV competition what that was not true whatsoever, and yeah. And then another laugh out loud episode was when Spencer said, that's just like the Joker asking Batman for help. I thought that was pretty funny because that in itself is true. For the amount of bashing he has taken from Amanda, I cannot believe that she actually had the nerve to ask him to use it on her. So this is pretty much an oh my god Amanda episode. The POV was called Frog Dart, and I don't get it, but okay. But you fling a frog into a lily pad. The lily pad has numbers. The person with the lowest number on their lily pad was out of the round. And it went, everybody. It went out in order of Gina Marie, then Amanda, then Candace, then Spencer, then Jesse and Judd. And the things that they pulled as prizes and gifts of shame were the veto, a cone of shame that had to be worn for 2 days, a Bahamas vacation, a 50 Shades of Orange, which was tanning for 48 hours every time they played the song, Get Your Tan On. And there was And there was $5,000 as well as the Clowny Tard. And during the entire time, Amanda was picking on Candace, and I could get where if you rattle someone's chain during a veto, to take them off their stride and take them out of the game, and it pretty much basically worked because Amanda went out first and then Candace went out next. So, if that was her objective, it worked, but I don't think it was. I think that it was coming from a much deeper, darker, uglier place. And she kept saying things under her breath, and trying to get just rattle her chain and just say things. And Candace isn't one to keep it quiet. So when she was coming back, she was bringing everybody's attention. Amanda would say something, you're effing nuts, and she's like and all this stuff. And then finally Amanda once again pulled her racist bullshit again. And said, oh, so Shaniqua coming out. Oh, but so now I'm a racist for saying that? Yes, you are being a racist, because that was pulled by Aaron earlier, and it wasn't received well. And so by you taking it and pulling it out again and rubbing it in, yes, Amanda, once again. So I'm going to point each and every one of you to go to, right here on YouTube, look up Amanda Zuckerman. Is that her last name? Google it, find out what her last name is. I think that's Gina Marie's. No, Amanda Zuckerman, and I think it's something Warrior. And someone has compiled each and every single racist remark she's ever said in the house to that date, and it's amazing how much crap she talks, and why America continues to vote her as our MVP nominee. So anyway, this is how it ended up. Jesse won the veto because Judd allowed it. Judd took the $5,000. Judd is a good guy. He really is a good guy. He is, however, playing her. I know, this is kind of a spoiler, but he is playing her, kissing with her in bed to keep her close, to find out her moves, which is kind of rotten but I think deep down he really is a good guy. I want to continue to hope so. Spencer won the trip to the Bahamas. Candace has got to wear, as we saw in tonight's episode, the clowny tard for a week. Unfortunately, that means that she's going to have to leave the house in it, which really sucks. But, I mean, if she really knows that that's it and is going to take a penalty nomination, then if I were her, I'd just ditch it. But she's been a really good sport about it. People are complaining that she's not wearing the complete clowny tard, which means she's been walking around the last couple of days without the nose, but I can understand. You could barely hear her talking at times, and I'm sure it's hard to breathe. And apparently she's getting a tighter one today. And Amanda got the 50 Shades of Orange, and Gina Marie got the Cone of Shame for 48 hours. So after all of this is done, now I'm over 10 minutes, sorry, Amanda goes to cry in the have-not room, and I just asked myself, was I watching the same episode as Amanda? Because she goes in there and McCrae follows immediately on her tail, and he is pissed. He is pissed. And she's like, what was I saying? And he was like, you were being a bully. What did I do? She was talking to me. Seriously? Come on, Amanda. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Do you really think that everyone is that naive to believe? Anyway, she makes him leave, and then there's a shower scene where she wants to know everything and this and that. Basically, she's the one that wears the pee-pee in this relationship. And at this point, McCrae is very, very tired of it. But like I said, she's best for his game at this point. Aaron sees that Alyssa is being nice to Candace by, gasp, actually speaking to her. So she uses that to her advantage and runs upstairs and tells Gina Marie that since Jessie is going to use the veto, she needs to consider her replacement, and that Alyssa is trying to concoct a plan to keep Candace. Now, how she got that twisted in her little fake blonde head of hair, I just don't understand, because to me it was just her being civil and talking to actually talking to a fellow house guest. Amazing. They showed throughout, how many times Amanda had to jump in and go into the 50 Shades of Orange, and she does really give funny diary room sessions. My issue is that when she's not being funny in the DR, which is only 15-20 minutes a day, if even that, the rest of the time she's being rotten and evil and horrible. She said, I'm bringing sexy back, and she's looking so nasty. Oh my goodness. Gina Marie was just as cute as can be in her cone. Helen says that everything to Gina Marie is rainbows and balloons, and she was enjoying it, so she got that taken off after 48 hours. Then Helen goes in to go talk to Gina Marie about the replacement, since Jessie won the veto. And that's when she hears that Alyssa's name was being bandied about to be put up as the replacement nominee. So she says, if it was me, I would put someone else up. And of course, they didn't say Spencer's name, but pretty much who else is there, right? Everyone else is in their alliance, and the only people left to get out are Spencer and Spencer and Candace, and possibly Jessie is the lowest on the totem pole, now that Aaron has gotten, for some reason, a little higher than her. How that happened in 2 weeks is just amazing in my eyes, but whatever. I found it very interesting during Jessie's diary room that she wants big moves, and she would love to see McCrae go up in her place to be up against Amanda, and that was, I thought, very interesting. Jessie is playing the game. It's a very subtle game. It's a very quiet game. It's a game that not many people enjoy, but she is playing the game very quietly. So it's exciting that people are, especially people like Jessie, are thinking about that, and that's that with that. I don't know that I'll be here tomorrow, but it will be a very exciting double elimination eviction day, and with all the POVs and the HOH and and if I have the time, I'm going to try to watch, but I don't know that I'd be able to report it before you'd actually be able to see it all. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.